Let's talk anime. Hello and welcome to Brandon's Discuss Anime, the Reckless Amoeba podcast. I am your host, Brandon Horvath, and with me are my co-host, Brandon Falinger.
No banter this time. Go, go, go. Go, go, go.
Yes.
And it's me,
Ryan.
Ryan Stokely.
Yes. One bit of banter. I know we don't really have time for banter today, but did you hear Arby's is having a very, very, very limited edition duck sandwich?
Yes. I actually saw that somewhere.
I don't eat duck all that often, so I never remember if I like it.
I just remember it's kind of greasy.
Yeah, it's like a greasy chicken.
Yeah, the closest one to us is Wyomissing, Pennsylvania, so there's not that much of a chance of us trying it anytime soon. And we'll be inserting more discussion stuff here when we record it next time.
Oh boy!
I've been wanting to say this on the podcast for weeks now, but I kept forgetting every time. But this is like 5 weeks old now, but Robin Williams was a huge fan of anime. So, yeah.
I mean, he named his daughter Zelda after the freaking Zelda game, so it's not
true.
that big a jump.
And did you ever see 1 Hour Photo?
It sounds familiar.
That was his Evangelion toy.
Ooh.
Because he has a figure of one of the mass-produced angels from End of Eva. Although...
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like that
Ironic that it's the mass-produced one.
Mm-hmm. Although the kid in the movie said it was like the hero of the anime, like bringing justice or whatever. And one of his other favorite anime was Ghost in the Shell. So much so, if Hollywood would have ever done a live-action adaptation, he would love to be in it as the old guy with the silver eyepieces. I forget his name.
I haven't watched enough Ghost in the Shell to know it.
Yeah, but too bad Robin Williams killed himself before the American adaptation came out, because we might have had a very different movie that might have been better due to Robin Williams in it.
I mean, maybe. I mean, it's not like Robin Williams made everything immediately better. He had some stinkers. Look at RV, for one.
Oh.
And the entire point where he's wrestling with a shit hose.
Wait, what movie was it?
RV.
I don't know.
Don't.
That come out.
Came out a while ago. I don't recommend it.
And I think his last movie he is credited for was with Tim Heidecker or something like that.
Again, I wouldn't know.
What was that?
I'm never good with names.
That'd be like, what, the $1 million movie or something like that, or $1 billion movie?
No. It was like Merry Christmas, I Hate You, or something. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure it was a Christmas movie. Merry Friggin' Christmas.
I remember that name. I don't think I've ever watched it, though. I may have caught, like, the, trailers on TV at the time for it.
Yeah.
I just know that, like, the time he passed away, I ended up watching, like, the Dead Poet Society, because I heard it was one of his better, like, really good ones.
It was pretty good.
And it is damn good.
Hey, that's a recommendation.
He was in Louis? I didn't know that.
But, yeah, let's get back to RV for a second, just so I can basically spell out the entire plot, because it's the same bog standard plot you see in every stupid movie like this, where it's just, man gets job, man puts job ahead of family, man realizes family should be more important, stupid bullshit ensues to reach that realization.
Okay.
It's literally that plot. And the whole basic idea is that, oh, he's on a cross-country trip, but he disguises it as a vacation so he can bring his family along and they won't be upset with him for working on his job again. So he rents an RV and shit goes to hell. Boom. That's the plot.
So, recommendation of Dead Poor Society, oh God, stay away from RV.
I mean, unless you really enjoy that same plot that you see hammered home every time. I get tired of it real fast.
Yeah, I guess. Boy, that was interesting.
What a story, Mark.
God damn it.
What a story, Mark.
I did not hit her. I did not.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, shit, Brandon, you'll have to see that live sometime. Yes. But today's anime. Ooh boy, it's a doozy. Fooly Cooly Alternatives. The finale of the Fooly Cooly possible trilogy?
My only question is, what order did these take place in?
Is this a movie?
It's a
Or is
6-episode series.
Oh, okay.
That can be watched as a movie?
Yeah, pretty much.
Did this come out recently, or?
Yes.
Finished up the other day.
Oh, wow. I thought they just came out with, like, the second season, like,
They did.
when we
Yep.
did the last...
Yep,
last...
this is the third.
They
Oh,
said it
wow.
was going to come out literally a couple months apart.
Okay.
And I believe in Japan, they are getting both of them in November in theaters. So you'll get them as a movie in theaters.
I thought they were released already
That's
as
cool.
episodes.
I am not 100% sure on that.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't know which order they go in.
And we'll be covering this on the Deep End discussion later this week.
Because that ending, though...
Oh man, that ending!
Like, I almost want to rewatch the second series just to see if there's anything that comes over from the third.
Yeah.
You know, assuming that, like, it's in the correct order that we got it, and not reversed. Because shit goes down... Like, look, alright? You know what, no. I'm gonna hold on to this. I'm gonna hold on to
Yes.
this. We're just gonna discuss what happens.
Yeah.
I'll hold it off. I'll hold off. It's killing me, but I'm gonna do it.
So, the first series was about 12-year-olds wanting to grow up. The second series was about 14-year-old introverts trying to make their way through life the best they can. This series is about a group of 17-year-olds who, the main one, our main character, doesn't want to grow up and wants to stay a kid forever.
Well, here's the thing, too. She has a group of friends, right? And each one has their own issues. I mean, each episode, like 4 of the 6 episodes, each focus solely on one of them. You have Mosan, who's all about, you know, working toward her dream, even if it's at the cost of her own health. She's trying to work to become a designer. She enters herself in a contest. She's constantly working a secondary job at a construction place to gain money to help put herself through design school because her family's on hard times. She spends like all her nights designing dresses and stuff for this upcoming contest in order to try and get a scholarship, or at least to be recognized. You have Hijiri, who's literally one of those girls who constantly has a boyfriend, throws them away, has a boyfriend, throws them away, and thinks she's more adult than she actually is. And then you have Pets, the far more interesting character that I think should have been the main character.
Yes.
And you get none of that until episode 5.
Because you didn't really ask.
Is that what they said?
Kind of. It's like, you know
Yeah.
nothing about me because you didn't really ask about me.
You just assumed everything.
You assumed I was your best friend when I'm along to make you feel better.
Like, she's like, the main character's super selfish about herself and doesn't consider others, really.
Although she
Okay.
tries
Like a
to
child.
help them, she thinks she's helping them, but in fact, she's actually making things worse for them.
Like, for instance, she tries to help out Mosan, but Mosan's not happy about it because her dream, for her, it's that I want to achieve my dream under my own power. It's meaningless if somebody else does it for me.
Mm.
And then
Her boyfriend, her kind of boyfriend, crush.
her crush is probably the best way to put
she
it.
tries to get with him, even though he's kind of into her.
Also, let's point out they're all 17.
Okay.
But yeah, she's into this guy. She's got a crush on him. He seems to be into her. They try to get it to work, only to then realize, like, in that heat of the moment, there's nothing. There's no spark. And she just kind of drops him at that point, realizing that what she's looking for isn't really there, and she's not really ready for it. Turns out, Pets was actually interested in this guy, but didn't do anything because our main character, Kana, liked him.
And
It's like a
It feels very slice of life, other than, like, some of the
soap
crazy
opera,
bullshit that happens.
yeah, this is more slice of life than the other two Fooly Coolies.
Like, I honestly was following it. I'm like, there's nothing weird going on here. I don't have that many questions. And then fucking episode 5 and 6 come in and just be like, what the shit? What's happening now?
Well, Fooly Cooly was originally made by Gynax, and they're known for their quote-unquote Gynax ending, the mess with your mind, what the hell does this actually mean?
But the last two series didn't really have that as bad.
Right!
Like, not as bad. Like, it was there, but it wasn't literally just, we ran out of the budget, here's a fucking PowerPoint, enjoy.
Okay, do you remember we were talking about the metal Mechanica buildings that looks like a giant iron? Episode 6, a giant CGI hand comes out of nowhere, grabs the iron.
Which I don't understand. That was one of the weirder parts, I'll be honest.
Yes.
Because before that, it was always a robo-hand that was coming in to do that, not this random one out of the sky. Which, let's also point out, those buildings are all over the world, and when the first one comes down, there's another hand coming down all over the world to grab all of the other irons.
To iron out the creases of this ruined planet, or however they described it.
Yeah, like, it was weird. And for a minute there, I thought it was actually attached to something, because I'm like, I don't see the top or the end of this hand.
Yeah, I was, like, rewinding a few times to bounce back.
Because I'm like, is it attached to something now? But no, it's still just like a severed hand out of nowhere.
And Haruko does have her guitar. She still pulls things.
She doesn't, actually.
Until she pulls it out of Kana's head.
But it's not her guitar.
It's a...
Like, it's not the same guitar she always uses. That's hers personally.
I don't know what her... I'm not a guitarologist or anything, but doesn't...
I don't think that's a thing.
Hers was blue, though, wasn't it?
No, I believe hers was red with the chainsaw motor.
Yeah, but she pulls it out of Kana's head. It's a different guitar. It's not the same one she normally has, because she was shocked by it when she pulled it out.
Yeah, she says it's like some 1967 Mustang, which I looked up, and that was a real guitar.
Yeah. Yeah, like, it's not her guitar, is my point. And it's like, what happened to her guitar?
Yeah.
Like, where's her personal guitar that she used? She still had it by the end of the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Also, my whole idea of, like, wait, is what we're seeing at the end of the second season the same as what we get in season 3?
I would say no.
Yeah, because the whole thing is that, well, the rich people are going to leave to Mars because they know the end of the world is coming because of those irons.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's part of the underlying, like, side story going on throughout season 3. Shit's fucked. We're leaving.
And Spike from Cowboy Bebop owns a soba shop.
Really?
The god of soba came down and told him to make soba. He had to obey.
It's literally the same voice of Spike. Of course, it's the same guy doing it, but there's not that much difference that I could tell between his Spike voice and his sober voice.
Oh, man. But, yeah, it's very, very slice of life. It is a weird way of doing it that I was not expecting. I'm like, this feels so strange. Like, it does not feel Fooly Cooly to me.
Even when the robots pop out and start doing things, I'm like, okay, this is kind of Fooly Cooly.
Yeah, like, we're getting there, but, like, the slow moments aren't the same. There's not sheer insanity going on like there normally is.
Okay, granted, when Haruko is around, there is insanity.
But not as crazy as normal.
Like, she did have, like, the noodle arm reach-around thing.
Yeah, but she's not impersonating anyone like she usually does.
Oh, yeah.
During Season 1, she impersonates a nurse. In Season 2, she does that, and then in Teacher.
Mm-hmm.
She never impersonates anyone here. Like, at most, she passes herself off as a basketball coach. But even then, she's not disguised or anything.
Yeah.
She's not, like, trying to gut anybody for their, like, power. Like, it is weird. Like, she has really toned herself down in this one compared to, like, the other episodes. The other seasons.
She didn't even mention Atomisk.
She didn't mention Atomisk. Atomisk never showed up. Jinyu's nowhere to be seen, let alone any kind of reference to her existence. It is... Oh, man. I don't even know where to go from here, because, like, it's short. We're not getting super deep into this, so I don't know what I want to dive into right away or not.
We can hit some of the points, and we could...
Let me hold on. Let me put it this way, all right? So there was the one episode with Hijiri and her boyfriend where his car turns into a fucking Decepticon. It's just straight up a Transformer. Don't give me that. It is a Transformer.
Yes.
Nobody argue with me. I just need to see the symbol and we're good.
But it seems that everything got quote-unquote powered up by, like, this green electricity thing?
Yeah. There was also, like, the evil Conti robots that we got to see.
Oh, yeah.
Which is weird.
Like the mass-produced Conti.
Yeah. Like, where they're all black, and at one point in, like, episode 6, they're all just have random-ass weapons like they're goddamn, like, delinquents from an 80s series.
Which made me go, wait, what's going on?
Like, one's got a lead pipe, and another one's got, like, a spiked bat. Like, what the why?
Can I wager a guess?
Go?
It's Fooly Cooly.
I mean, that's not really a guess. That's just a statement of fact.
You'll be like, wait, why is this mouth robot attacking? Because it's Fooly Cooly.
Also, remember in that first episode where we, like, get shots of piles of manga that are there and stuff?
Okay.
I think there were Doki Doki Literature Club mangas in there.
What?
Like, the one character, I swear to God, I thought she looked like fucking Sayori.
Oh, I'll have to rewatch.
We got the Shaka manga, and you have, like, the binding, the side binding, right?
Uh-huh.
And where, like, the character faces her, I'm like, is that Sayori?
I'll have to rewatch that.
Is that like a Sayori? What is that? Are we gonna go real dark and weird with this?
I've noticed a few more references. I think maybe even one or two tokusatsu references. Oh. Crap. When Haruko pulls out, like, her thing and says, like, I'm part of the global police, I think, and I may not be 100% sure, but that may have been a reference to Deca Ranger, or what was it called in America? I think SPD? Power Rangers?
Maybe.
Yeah, but...
It could also be a Tenchi reference with the Galaxy Police.
Maybe. But I know it's like, there seem to be a whole lot more references to other manga and stuff like that, so I would not be surprised if there was Doki Doki in it.
Like, I'm sorry, it looked like Sayori. Like, it wasn't exact, obviously, but it looked pretty close.
Yeah.
Ah, man. Oh my god. Also, there's giant, like, pins being dropped from the sky in this series.
What were those?
My guess by the end was just, this is the path you're following for the, like, the irons?
Maybe?
Like, that's the best guess I've got. I don't know what they were for.
It's like Fooly Cooly 1. I understood it. Fooly Cooly 2. I understood it. Fooly Cooly 3. Wait, what's going on?
Here's the other thing, though, because, right, remember when the first series where we got the hand that was, like, in the cowboy poncho and shit?
Oh, yeah.
And we got the hand again here?
Oh.
Except this one looked jank. Like, it wasn't anywhere near as uniform as the first one was.
Yeah, and all the fingers were, like, different colors and stuff.
Yeah, like, it looked weird. Like, something wasn't right. Like, it wasn't created the way it should have been.
And was Pets kind of controlling that? Since
It just looked like she got sucked up with it, is what I got out of it.
Okay.
Like, as that thing was growing and just grabbing shit among itself, it kind of just grabbed her with it by mistake.
Oh. Interesting.
Like, I don't think she was controlling it. Also, we had that whole point of, like, in 2, where it was like, hey, we're gonna reverse, you know, the polarity or whatever of the NL power and suck stuff in rather than spitting stuff out. Like, that was a big thing in season 2, but here it just kind of happens.
Yeah. I know we're not making a lot of sense with our discussion, but Ryan, do you want to ask anything?
I'm sure he's just as lost as the other 2 seasons.
Yeah. Nope.
This is one of those series you just have to watch.
Yeah.
And it's 6 episodes, so...
Yeah, I think I
3
can
hours,
do
if that.
that. Okay.
And this is, like, standalone, so you don't need to watch the other 2 series to fully understand this, but...
I mean, either way, it's still 6 episodes on each one, so 3 hours each season.
Yeah.
Like, you could do it in a day if you really wanted to, like, marathon the whole series, no problem.
Okay.
And to the point of themes, what is your favorite theme song? Season 1, Season 2, Season 3.
Define theme song, because we don't have opening songs for this.
Closing themes, then. Like Ryan Shooting Star, Spiky Seeds, or Star Overhead.
Spiky Seeds.
I really like Spiky Seeds until I listened to the full version of Star Overhead, and that just edges out a little bit more.
I think for me it's partly because of the animation that comes in with Spiky Seeds. I think that's part of it, because I really like that animation.
Yeah.
But I do like the cutesy way they do the ending for this season, which is just like, it's almost like a live action stop motion almost of the character as like a paper cutout, just like doing different things while the background stuff is just going on. Like people walking by and stuff, and she's just like maybe a couple inches tall. Like you'd have her walking down a road, right? And you'd have like the background of like other people in the background walking down the road, but they're like actual size, and she's 2 inches tall compared to them. Because she's just a paper cutout. Like there's a point where she's just sitting there like kicking her legs, listening to music as people are walking around in the background and going about their day. Like I like the way it's done. It's really cool and really cutesy. But the amazing animation in the Spiky Seeds ending, just that is amazing to me. I love it. Like it's the coupling of it, I think, that really does it.
So do they have like different songs after each episode, or is it each season?
Each season has a different ending theme. A lot of the music from...
As the credits play.
Yeah, as the credits play. But a lot of the music from Fooly Cooly original comes back in 2 and 3.
Yeah, I remember like hearing Little Busters kick in like 2 times, and I'm like, oh, come on!
Yeah.
But it it still doesn't hit the points that were really cool with Naruto when he's like in the middle of the fights that he's in.
Yeah. And they,
I'm like, ah.
and they did play Thank You My Twilight, which
Yes.
I thought was a whole
Right at the
lot
end.
better done in season 2, with the cell
Well,
phone.
Thank You, My Twilight was always like kind of tied in with that character.
Mm-hmm.
With Hidomi. However, like when it does get played here in season 3, I think it still works. Just because it's being played after the end, after she has accepted who she is and decided that I don't care what other people think about me anymore. Like,
Actually,
I'm done with that part of it.
I think it played also in episode 5.
Did it?
Yes, when Pets was saying like, I don't even like you.
I don't remember it playing. I'd have to go back and watch. I really don't remember it playing there.
I'm pretty sure it was playing then.
But I mean, look, the end of season 5, episode 5 was such a, it was such a cock tease with the whole, everything turns out fine, they're friends again, it's so great. No.
She's passed out.
Still leaving.
And she's passed out.
Yeah, she's passed out. Meanwhile, Pets is still leaving. She's still going to Mars, because her family's rich.
And I felt bad for Kana.
Again, Pets seems like the more interesting character. I want to follow her.
But does Pets have any feelings of friendship whatsoever? Because
That's the interesting part.
she did exchange hair clips.
Clearly she has some kind of connection. I think that's part of the reason why she kept trying to trade with people, is because she knew she was leaving and she wants things to remember them by. And by like the end of episode 5, you can see like she is just broken down and torn apart at this point about doing this. Like even Haruko being like, look, are you sure this is what you want to do? She doesn't even say a word and just walks off. Like she is completely fucked at this point, like emotionally, which is why it would be so interesting to follow her. And it disappoints me so much that we do not get anything with her after she leaves.
So, this series ends with Kana opening a NO portal that saves the Earth by sucking everything in?
But does it?
Like a black hole.
Kind of?
Black hole? Wormhole?
Well, in this case, it's more pink.
Pinkish orange? But like, look, here's the thing, right? Did she really save everyone? Because at the very end, we literally see a smoothed out marble above Earth, like closer than the moon.
So
I don't
it's still
know.
there. And then
So by the name alternative, does that mean this is an alternative reality?
What?
No.
I don't know. What were you saying, Ryan?
what is it, like a marble ball?
It looks like a literal giant marble in the sky, like
Okay.
an opaque marble.
I
Okay.
do have a theory that I want to get more into on the deep end, but I do may have a theory, but I'm not sure at all. But as she's sucking everything in, and she gained the atomic symbol on her forehead.
She did, which confused the fuck out of me.
Yes, yeah, also
Considering
me.
Adamus doesn't show up ever.
Also me. And I know that this question will come out of nowhere, but is Kana bi? Because she says, I love you, Pats.
That's what I was wondering about that. It doesn't really matter in the end, but it's there, maybe.
Okay.
Like, you're free to interpret that whichever way you want, but the feeling's still there.
Or is it like platonic love?
Yeah, again, I don't think it really matters. Especially with the ending of season 4, with Kana being like, I'm not ready for love or a relationship yet.
Yeah. Oh, and the soba guy somehow has Haruko's moped. Vespa.
That's one of the things I've been curious about, is like, where the fuck is Haruko's Vespa? Because she never rides it, other than I think once in this series. Every other
Yes.
time, it's literally parked outside of the Soba guy's shop for some reason.
From what I was reading, it's the Soba Guy's moped.
Maybe he rents out his moped.
Wait, does that make Alternative a prequel?
I don't know. We'll get more into this on the deep end.
But if that's the case, shouldn't that marble thing be in the sky everywhere?
Which also builds into my theory that I'll maybe discuss, but
Oh,
Maybe
God.
it's string theory,
maybe.
and it is just an alternate universe.
Quantum physics.
We'll have to wait 15 more years for an answer.
So, are they not going to do like a fourth season or whatever
It's not
the next
currently
thing
planned,
could be?
as far as I know.
And these two were in the works for maybe like 3-4 years? Maybe? Maybe I think as early as 2005 they were saying, hey, do you want to do a sequel to Fooly Cooly? And people are like, maybe it was popular in the West, so maybe we'll do more. But
Okay.
but as of now, nothing more is planned with the whole Fooly Cooly verse.
I'll be honest too. Here's the other thing. I was kind of disappointed by the way the ending setup was, just because in the second season we got a lot of information just watching that ending. I mean, like the ending and the animation with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the credit sequence, I should say.
Yeah.
Whereas this one we got like next to nothing.
Well, then again, Lion Shooting Star was more of a driving down the road montage.
Which makes me wonder why they wouldn't have picked something different, though.
Right.
Like the only thing I can think of is this has to be a prequel.
Maybe?
Either that, or like I said before, it's some kind of alternate version of events.
Because she did say aliens never age.
Yeah, like that was a nice little tidbit. Like, aliens don't age. I've been 19 for decades, which, you know, has been teased at us the entire time since Fooly Cooly 1.
When her
Yeah.
age was like 19 question mark.
Yeah, we literally got that whole 19 question mark. But when we got that in season 2, there was no question mark. She is 19 straight up.
Yeah.
Which, you know, if this is a prequel, maybe that makes sense. I'm sorry, I'm kind of hung up on the idea that Alternative is a prequel.
Well, tune in to our deep end when we will spend about 10 minutes discussing, is this a prequel?
The only thing that doesn't make sense in that regard is just technology.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Well, compared to compared to Fooly Cooly 1, you're talking back in the 2000s when there were flip phones, like early 2000s.
Yeah.
Whereas in this, it's set in like current day smartphone universe. So
What
this
about
is a prequel.
the second season?
Second season's the same as this one, like current timeline.
From what we're led to believe, it's been like 16 years since season 1.
Mm-hmm. The only other thing is that Haruko looks the exact same as she does in like
1, 2,
in
and
season
3.
in FLCL 1. Like
She's the
3
one
and 1,
that's
she looks exactly the
19
same.
though, right?
What?
Is she the one that's 19?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Like she looks exactly the same in season 1 and season 3, but in season 2 she's altered because it seems like she's been split in half.
And again, I'm gonna have to give props to Kari Walgren, who does a almost carbon copy of the Japanese voice actress's performance of Haruko.
It's a damn good job.
Yeah, because it just sounds almost like the exact same voice, but one's in Japanese, one's in English.
Oh man, I don't like where do we really go? Like because the story is so simple, there's just not much to really grab at. That doesn't like trigger us into diving deep into shit.
Well, it just seems that Haruko's quote-unquote menacing this time is trying to activate Kana's NO abilities by being flirtatious by being...
Well, that's the thing, too. She didn't, like, every time we've seen the NO trigger, it's literally been because she's beaten someone with a guitar.
Yes.
This time that didn't happen.
Right.
Which is weird.
Really weird.
Like, it was either that or hitting them with the Vespa.
Or, what was the split personality?
Jinyu.
Jinyu running her over with her car.
I thought she already had it at that point when Jinyu showed up.
I'm not 100% sure.
Because I think Haruko hit her first, and then Jinyu showed up and told her to stay away from her.
By running over her.
Yeah, by running over her, and because she was still alive, it's like, look, just don't go look after the pink-haired woman. Don't go after her.
And what was up with, like, the whole Sailor Moon hair glowing?
There's an entire point, right, when she's, like, talking to her crush, where all of a sudden, out of nowhere, her head just transforms into, like, a 90s Sailor Moon version of her. Of what her character would look like.
That's hilarious.
And I'm like, what is happening? Why does she look like something out of Sailor Moon all of a sudden? Why that choice? Like, I am too curious as to why that was the choice to go with. Like, is it because that was kind of like the high point of that genre, maybe?
Maybe?
Of like the sappy, lovey romance bullshit?
Maybe it's her equivalent of her nose bleeding.
Oh no, she's nosebleeded before in the series.
Oh, okay.
I do love the point that, like, what was it? Her crush. I love the fact that her friend, like his friend, gets super jealous that Haruko's just all over him.
I think he might have been gay. No, because he was like, dude, take off your shirt, flex with me. Let me rub you down with oil.
Oh my god, I hadn't even considered that.
Like,
I just assumed he was jealous of Haruko.
It's like Mac from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh,
You don't
this
find
isn't
out
even
he's
Sailor
gay
Moon
until
face.
season 12 or something like that.
That is not the Sailor Moon face. It's the one where she was sitting on the swing.
Oh, that one with like the rosy thing, with like the roses behind her.
Yes.
Oh, that one. What? What is going on with this anime?
I don't know.
So you did assume that his friend was gay?
I did not think about it. No, I had not. That had not even crossed my mind.
Okay, that kind of crossed my mind just because of him, like, always trying to, like, oil up his friend.
Oh, man, where... I need to find it now, because it's going to drive me nuts until I do. But, yeah, no. I still say we should follow Pets. I think she was the way more interesting character in this.
It would be interesting to see, but Pets is already mature, and Fooly Cooly is all about...
Is she? Is she? She lies about who she is. She doesn't correct anyone. She literally is... Oh my god, I found it, and that was far quicker than I expected. She lies to everyone about who she is, that her family's rich. There you go, by the way. Assuming that pops up. It's small, but it's there.
Oh, yes. Now you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, like I said, she lies about who she is. She, quote-unquote, pretends to be friends with Kana. She doesn't understand why she wanted to be friends in the first place, if she's being honest in that part. She literally is ready to leave her friends behind and is emotionally distraught and broken over it by the end. She's quiet and complicit all the way up until 5. And 5 is literally where we learn everything about her and her life. She lives, like, we get to see her room at one point, and it has got nothing in it. It's super Spartan. The only thing in there that has any value is a picture that was taken by Kana's mom of Pets and Kana together.
Probably in kindergarten-ish?
Probably around there, yeah. Kindergarten to middle school, somewhere in there.
Yeah, so they've been friends for, quote-unquote, friends for 12 years.
Yeah, like, she is the far more interesting character that I would love to see more of. Like...
Yeah.
I want to know, like, what is going on with her. What does her dad do? Because all we get is like, oh, she's some kind of big government official or something.
But
Why is her mom a freaking crackpot that nearly tried to kill Kana?
But isn't her dad abusive?
I don't know. I don't remember that being said.
Because, no, like, my husband will get mad at me if I don't find her.
That too. Yeah. No. Maybe. Maybe he is. Yes. I remember that line now. Her dad might be abusive. She's a far more interesting character to look at.
Huh. Maybe alternative.
Like, I want to know what's going on with Pets more than anyone else, because she has got such an interesting back story going on here that I'm like, why isn't she the main character?
Well, dude, that's what fanfiction is for.
Like, I want to know what's up with Pets. Like, if they have, like, background information that they would, like, release in, like, you know, an art book or something about characters,
Mm-hmm.
I would love to know what Pets' entry would say, because it's the most interesting.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, granted, we don't get much as far as, like, what Hijiri's regular life is like with her parents.
Mm.
We only really get the fact that, you know, she kind of, like, not slutty, but, like, she jumps from person to person.
Yeah,
like,
she
when it
didn't
comes to
seem slutty to me. She seemed more like a upper tier popularity or like mid tier popularity girl.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
They still in high school?
They're in
Yes.
high school. They're 17. I think they're graduating supposedly graduating, I think, at the end of the year or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or in the next year. One of the two.
Yeah, so they're all seniors.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. And, like, in high school, you know.
Yeah, like, Hijiri is also, like, you know, an entry-level model at that point as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Like, she's on the covers of, like, smaller magazines.
Yeah. And there was that guy, the government agent, who spent almost all his time in the soba shop.
Just eating soba and constantly spilling, like, a shit ton of paprika or something on it.
Guy Fieri.
And then just refusing to just, like, get a new one and just eat it as is.
The first time was accidental. I think the second time may have been on purpose. And he's like, not again. And in the last episode, I think it was like, I thought I ordered cold soba.
You
And
did.
yeah, and Kana, who was like half mentally broken, says like, no, I don't want anything to change. You're getting hot soba, just like you always do. And
Everything needs to stay the same. I want it to be the same.
And he's like, fine, I'll eat the hot soba.
But, yeah, I think we need to wrap it up here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not soba, but I saw some brand of ramen just came out with fried chicken flavored ramen and hamburger flavored ramen.
But doesn't have 11 herbs and spices.
I'm not too sure about 11, but maybe like 8?
Well, then you're not selling anyone on it.
It's General Sanders.
It's the knockoff brand of Colonel Sanders for ramen. Oh, it's brilliant. I love it. That's great.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to watch this series.
QTTA ramen.
Oh, I did start watching, I'm gonna probably say it all wrong, but, Ratsuka?
Retsuko.
Retsuka?
Oh, Gretzico. Okay.
Yeah, I started watching that, because that appeared on, like, recommended on my Netflix.
Oh, he's watching the Netflix one. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one that gets more in depth as far as characters and stuff.
I was cracking up from, like, the beginning to the end.
Yes. It's a good series.
Yes! One of our recommendations went through!
It's only because it showed up on his Netflix recommended list.
I'm like, oh.
That's the only reason.
I'm like, this is one of the animes we talked about.
Oh, damn. So, I guess with October over, it's time to get back to normal and go on that adventure that you mentioned at the end of September. That very fateful adventure.
Yeah, no, yes, okay, yes. That very grand adventure.
Yes. That we will all go on.
That,
You know,
you know,
I'm gonna watch GoBots.
no, the Pokemon Go anime. God, what's wrong with you?
Oh, well,
Oh, damn. Alright.
Let's summon in some servants, everyone.
Yeah, so, come back later this week when we will do a deep dive, or attempt to do a deep dive of this anime.
I don't know what's going to happen. I'm scared.
So, later.
see ya.
Bye.